Hey you guys, I got a battle here. I was on Serebii, and lately with the Serebii, well, everybody has it, but Serebii people tend to disconnect a lot. So I'm deciding to start recording my at least Serebii battles live. So yeah, so here we go. Found this battle. He was looking for a battle, so I was like, hey, I'll battle. I want to test out this team. And so here we go. He sends out lead Gengar. I send out my Hippowdon. My Hippowdon has many times taken hits from Gengars left and right, so I know he can take some hits from him. Hits Shadow Balls me, gets a Spadef drop, special defense drop, and I was watching Jimmy earlier, sorry, and I get up my Stealth Rocks, and so I'm like, I can survive one more, so I could just roar him away, because I have Earthquake, and that doesn't hurt Gengar, so I will take another Shadow Ball, drops him down to the red, and I just roar him away. So, and then I get this thing. It's a Mewtwo. Wonderful. So, I don't know why I wasn't really expecting it. I mean, I was looking for a battle on Serebii, the Serebii Chat Rooms, and I get this, and I immediately think, here goes all the rules out the window, so I'm going to have to battle for my life here. So, I don't have anything that could really take a hit from Mewtwo right now. So, I just, let Happy take it because he's done his job. He set up his rocks. Yeah, sorry about that. So I go into my Tyranitar, I believe. Yes, I go into my Tyranitar. This is my my own Tyranitar, more physically bulky. Yeah, physically bulky Tyranitar with quite a bit of special defense too. It's more of a defensive one, and he takes a T-Bolt from Mewtwo, and it doesn't do much, so that's awesome. And I crunch him back, and yeah, that kills the Mewtwo. That's always good. And now I'm just hoping, please, no more Ubers. I don't like Ubers. So yeah, so he's thinking who to bring in. I'm like, no Arceus, please. That would suck. That would be terrible. But he's thinking really hard. And he sends an Electivire, so I'm like, alright. He has a Mewtwo on his team. I killed him off pretty easily. I'm fine with it. So I go into my Bronzong expecting an Earthquake, and instead I get a Cross Chop, which sucks, but what are you going to do? So his Bronzong is in here to set up them screens and stuff. He is a screening, exploding Bronzong, because that's cool. So yeah, I get to reflect up after he Thunder Punches me. And now with that, I should survive a Thunder Punch again. And I barely do. And I get up a light screen too, so that's awesome. And I don't want my Bronzong to die yet for some reason. I'm like, I could use him for later. So I end up switching Bronzong out and going into Rosie to take a Thunder Punch. And yeah, Rosie takes a Thunder Punch. So that's awesome. I know I'm going to get Cross Chop, but I think I can survive because this is a bulky Rosie, bulky T-Tar. And so he goes for a Cross Chop, and I'm like, just survive. You got the screen up, and yeah. So I'm down to the red. I Rock Slide him, and that will be death to Electivire. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Ew, lame. Yes, not death to Electivire. But yeah, I don't think he's going to go for a T-Punch on Rosie. So I'm like, gonna switch out here. I accidentally hit my items button, but yeah, I switch out here to my Vaporeon, and he's gonna Earthquake on the switch, which isn't gonna do much, even though this is not a super bulky Vaporeon like usual. This is has a little special attack invested into it. But yeah, I let the Sandstorm kill off Electivire, so I'm like, alright, that's cool. I'm like, sweet. So I've got two of his guys down. He's got one, I believe. One of them down. And then he sends out Darkrai. I'm like, crap. Because I know this thing's going to try to put everything to sleep on my team. And that's not going to be fun. So I send out Bronzong to take a sleep. And yeah, he uses Hypnosis instead of Dark Void, which is lower accuracy. So I'm like, okay, I'm down with that. Because there's a chance, more of a chance that he'll miss Hypnosis. So yeah, I get killed because he scared me to death. in my dreams. And so I send in Leopold, and I'm like, alright, come on, outspeed him. But Leopold doesn't, and he gets hypnotized, and he falls asleep. So I'm like, alright, he's still at least, going to the rules, because only one of my guys is asleep. But, the whole 2 Ubers thing, but I don't know, that's what I get. I went to Serebii, right? So I'm like, alright, I'm going to switch out and go to Vaporeon to take a Dream Eater. But instead he goes for a Nightmare, so I'm like, alright, I wasn't really expecting a Nightmare, but that's cool too, whatever floats your boat. Right now all I'm doing is just stalling him, just trying to get him knocked down. So I go for Protect, letting the Sandstream take him down. And he goes for a Spatial Rend there, which is kind of crazy, but that's cool, whatever. And yeah, so I'm like, alright, and he hypnotizes me, so I'm like, oh, great, that's 2 of my Pokemons asleep, and I'm expecting that Nightmare again, so I've got to switch back on out. But now I'm figuring I've got him where he can be low enough to be revenge killed because I have a Raikou. So that's what I'm really aiming for, is get him low enough, get Raikou out there after one of my guys dies, kill him off, and see what kind of damage I can do. So I go back into Rosie as my death fodder, and he goes for a Nightmare, and obviously won't get anything, so I get a free switch in right there. And then my Rosie gets some leftovers, so I go for a substitute here, hoping he misses the Hypnosis, but he goes for a Spatial Rend, and it still doesn't kill Rosie, because Rosie's hardcore like that, but I don't get to make my substitute, which is a sad thing. So, but at least it gets him a couple more turns of the Sandstream to knock down Darkrai. But yeah, so Darkrai is going to do Spatial Rend again. That's going to kill my Rosie. Critical hit worthless. Kind of like this guy's Darkrai. So yeah, he gets slowed, and now I'm like, alright, I can send in Raikou and try to take out some of these guys. And I'm going to just go for the T-Bolt. Play it safe, and that's going to kill Darkrai. Thank goodness, because all I got left is 2 sleeping Pokemon and my Raikou here. So I'm up against a wall, especially if he has any more Ubers. So yeah, so he's got 3 guys. He sends out Rhyperior, and I have Hidden Power Ice, but I don't want to risk not killing him with it. So I go into my Vaporeon to take an Earthquake. And I'm like, alright, you can survive this. Wake up and then surf. Come on, just wake up and surf. It would be so awesome. But, he crits me. So I'm like, crap. That's the last thing he needs is luck on his side as well. That's wonderful. So I'm like, come on, Leopold. You wake up and close combat him. Come on, wake up and close combat. And he woke up. And he close combats. And I'm not expecting it to kill him, but that's going to get him low enough to where Raikou can kill him at least. And yeah, Raikou's going to be my last Pokemon because Leopold is not surviving this Earthquake. But he did do a great job in waking up in time, so that's awesome. There you go. And so, yeah, here comes Raikou. It's the world versus Raikou right now. And I know he has a Gengar, so I can kill Gengar, and I can kill this Rhyperior. And it's just all up to the last guy that he has. So I'm like, please. So as he's trying to figure something out, I go Hidden Power Ice. That kills Rhyperior. So that's awesome. So I know all he's got left is Gengar and a Pokemon that I've yet to see. And I'm just hoping it's not some kind of like Deoxys defensive form. That would be lame. I want something I can at least one-hit KO. Please. Please, or maybe 2-hit KO and I could survive the hit. So he sends out his Gengar, and I've got Shadow Ball. So I will take out Gengar here because I'm timid max speed, Raikou, who's awesome. Yeah, and there's a dead Gengar. And so I'm like, okay, the comeback is almost complete. The comeback is almost complete. Give me a guy I can one-hit KO. Please. Please give me a guy I can one-hit KO. Please. No Ubers. No Ubers. No Ubers! And he sends out Walrein. So I'm like, oh, sweet. And after the rocks, I can T-Bolt. that should be a dead Wyvern, but I'm scared because anything could happen right now. And that kills him. So that's awesome. I managed to somehow come back and win. Alright, good game, sort of. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. Thanks.